What is up, everyone? Welcome to another October daily video where I'm doing 31 days of Halloween drawing. Today I'm going to be drawing a werewolf. You know, I always feel bad for those creatures. It's always, where's the wolf, never how's the wolf. Poor thing. Alright, let's get started with our werewolf. Now, this is probably one that people have been wondering if it was going to happen. Of course, I had to do a werewolf this month. And, ooh, that's not quite thick enough. We'll go to 9% there. Now, just like some of the, or actually all of the drawings I did this month, I did this sketch beforehand. This is actually one of few I didn't get a chance to do, kind of redo the sketch, or not redo, but like refine on Procreate. This is the sketch right from the paper that I did. Well, most of them, actually all of them, well, no, there's been a couple that I did the sketch on Procreate itself, but most of them I did the sketch beforehand and did them on paper and then brought them in here and did it. And actually, if you do want to get your hands on any of those sketches that I did, you can actually get them on Patreon. If you do the $1 membership, you get the sketches I did, and you also get the brushes I'm using. So these are my own brushes that I made. So that's something that interests you. You can get that as along with those sketches. If you want to get just the brushes by themselves, though, you can just get them on Gumroad for $2. So something to look into. I also have a $5 membership for my Patreon, and with that one, you'd actually get the full 5,000 by 5,000 resolution drawings that I did this month of every one of these. It's kind of something that's kind of nice if you're someone who likes to know what's going on behind the scenes, what is coming out before it even shows up on this YouTube thing we call. I do updates on stuff that I'm working on, so everyone over there actually already knew all about this 31 days of Halloween before it even came out, and the sketches before the videos even got released. So a lot of people got a nice little sneak peek, and I honestly, I really do appreciate the love and support I get over at Patreon. It really helps me out a lot. I got some fun things planned next month, and having the Patreon really helped with getting the materials and whatnot for that video. So something to check out. If you don't want to do it, that is completely fine. I totally get it. I honestly am just happy that you are here today watching this video. Alright, so sketch is going pretty well so far. Not a whole lot to do for the sketch. It's mainly just a lot of hair. Get this in. Come on. There we go. And you can adjust the strength of a fill by sliding your pen across the page. And let's real quick make a second layer and get this tooth in here. And I can go back in and erase that little overlap there. Combine those up now and just keep going. That's something if you've been watching the videos this month, you've seen me do that in every drawing that I've done at some point, where I will just go in and do that with the multiple layers. So something I like to do, helps my workflow. I don't have to think too much about areas that intersect. I can just kind of work and not have to worry. So let's get his hair for his chest. Now this is one I'm doing. It's kind of like the skeleton. I'm not doing the entire body, just doing kind of the head, the bust of the character. So, all right, let's get that. And doing the multiple layer thing again here, as you can see. And this really is nice for when you're doing areas like this where you do got this continuing line going through areas. So now I can just go in and erase. Oh, I actually want to stay on that layer and erase any of these intersecting areas again. And turn this to standard liner. The smooth liner one, the final liner, has streamline on, so it makes the lines a little smoother when I'm doing it. And then the standard one has no streamline on it. It's a little bit wider as well. But I switch between those two. I like doing this for the eraser for doing bulk erases like that because it's just a little faster. And then I'll use the streamlined one when I'm doing more precise erasing. So this is turning out pretty cool so far, I think. Alright, so done with the line work already, and let's combine these multiple layers that I made. We're going to turn the line layer to a reference, and we're going to make a new layer, and let's go with, go slightly into the blue, and do this grayish color, grayish blue, I guess you could say. Yeah, like that. Let's go into the reds here. Do dark red for the inside of the ear. Go back to this and a little contrast and colors to the face and the mouth and whatnot. And we'll just finish this up with. Continue with recolor, drag it to where I want it to start, and I can just tap in these last little bits there. Okay, turn that off, and let's go with this army green color for the shirt. Now with the shirt, I'm going to have to actually, I can just do it in this layer. And one of the last colors we need is just a gray for this, and I just gotta do the eyes. Oh, and a little bit up here. Never mind. I'm not as close to being done as I thought. Okay. Dark gray for that. Let's go to like a yellowish hint for the teeth. That is not what I wanted. And we'll do continue with recolor for that as well. Start that inside there. And we'll just tap these in just like before. Turn that off. Put a white. The inside of his eyes here. Alright, so base colors are all done. Let's go in and start adding some shadows. So we're going to make a new layer. We're going to hit clipping mask here. And let's go to black. And let's see. I think I'm going to have the shadow, the light being cast from this side. So areas like this will just be completely in shadow. And I can erase whatever I don't want later. And what I like to do sometimes, I bulked out this area here, and then I can grab the selection tool, make sure you're on freehand down here, and then you can just kind of trace out this blocked out area that you just made. And you can just drop in the colors when you're done doing this. So just close that up. I can just do that, and it fills in the entire area there. And let's get some of this dark color here shadowed in, and then I'm gonna go in and drop the opacity. I kind of like to get all the main colors in of what I'm going to be putting in shadow, or all the getting some form of black on all the shadows or on all the areas, so when I go in and make the actual shadow, I can kind of see where how it's gonna look with each hue, with the dropped opacity. So that area. Yeah, so if you've watched my other videos, this is one of two methods I normally do when it comes to adding shadow. Sometimes I'll use my filler brush and just fill in a bunch of areas and then refine it afterwards. A lot of times when I have a drawing that has a lot of hair, though, I like to be a little bit more precise, just because you're going to end up doing just as much work refining a bulk laydown. So, okay, I think I got all the main colors in, so let's go tap the end there. I'm going to drop this down until we get a shadow we like for all the colors, and I like that. And now it's just time to go in and fill in where we want all these shadows to go now. And if I didn't say it already, this is Procreate with the first gen Apple Pencil, second gen iPad Pro. So in case you were wondering, that is my current setup that I got at the moment. I'd like to maybe down the road at some point maybe get a newer iPad Pro, but this gets the job done well enough most of the time for me. It does crash on me a lot when I'm on Procreate, which can get very annoying and very frustrating sometimes, but it's all manageable though. Alright, so it is time for one of my favorite parts, and that is adding a rim light. So I'm going to make sure I am on the smooth liner for this. And basically all this is going to be is I'm going to go around and find some of these areas that are really heavily in shadow and just kind of breaking them up just a little bit. And this kind of gives a nice sense of depth, a nice little sense of realism in a way, and just kind of helps bring the piece all together. And like areas like this, it's super in shadow, so if you have it all in shadow, it ends up looking really flat. So this is a really important step, in my opinion, to make sure that you do. You can kind of get a sense of highlights throughout the drawing just by doing this without adding any actual highlights in the piece. So just something to keep in mind if you want to add just that little extra sense of love to the piece. you can just go in and add some of this rim lighting, and it really does help a whole lot, to me at least. And then I can go in and add just a little bit of rim light there as well to separate these two areas a little bit so they don't blend in too much. So I can just go in and add just a little bit of rim light there. There we go. I like the look of that so far. And maybe we'll do this back shoulder there. Okay, so now I think it's time for some highlights. Do the same thing. Let's actually go to like a purple. And we're gonna go to clipping mask, just like the shadows. And I'm just gonna put in some of these really harsh highlights along the hair and this back edge here. I think this is gonna make the piece pop just a little bit, make it look kind of cool. And maybe I'll do the background a little bit of like this purple haze kind of a look. Now Halloween is right around the corner. Anyone watching this right now, what are you dressing up as? If you are dressing up, I would love to know. Halloween is my favorite time of the year, so I would love to hear what you guys are dressing up as. I am going as Geralt of Rivia for Halloween this year. I got the wig and everything. Yeah, I might have to break that out at some point. Show you guys how not awesome I look in a bright white wig that is long and does not fit my skull all that well. I have a very big head, and that thing does not fit me all that great, but that's okay. It'll be for just Halloween, so nothing crazy else with it. I'm not planning on going cosplaying as Geralt anywhere anytime soon, so I think that's good on some highlights there, so let's drop that down a little bit. I'm gonna have that stay pretty harsh because like I said, I think I'm gonna kind of do like this little I'm gonna do like a haze thing in the background, which actually I think I might do right now real quick. And let's go with this kind of purple here. And let's see what kind of brushes I got going. No. Maybe I'll just go airbrush for now. Get quite a bit bigger. It's a little too blue for me. Let's go. And go to Gaussian blur. Kind of blend that all together. And I'm going to duplicate this and bring it above everything. I'm going to drop that down. We're going to go down to overlay. And let's go with erase real quick. Airbrush. Do a little extra kind of rim light around him. So let's go and grab our fine liner. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit. Okay, go to Gaussian blur for that. All right, so now last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and just add any details that we want to add to this piece. Bring this down a little bit now. And this is just going to kind of finish up this drawing and just give it that last bit of life that it needs. Now, you guys may have seen at the beginning of the video, I was wearing my Happy Halloweeny shirt. Those are still available. I have a link for it in the description. It is a picture of my little wiener dog, Leia, and my love for Halloween, all wrapped into one drawing. And I really like the look of it. So if you do, or if you know someone who has a wiener dog, you want to get the shirt as a gift for someone, either for this Halloween, which you wouldn't get it in time at this point, or for next Halloween, or if it's just something that you know that person would wear anyways. I think I'm gonna probably wear mine pretty regularly, whether it's Halloween or not, because I think it's just a really cute design. So I've been wearing it every once in a while out. I wore it when I went to pumpkin patch and went and got some pumpkins, so that was fun. All right, everyone, there it is, the finished werewolf. Now, remember, this is only one of 31 drawings from this month, so if you haven't watched any of them, make sure you check it out. There's going to be a link for it up in the card right up here. And these have been a lot of fun. It is almost the end of the month here. It is almost Halloween. So I hope all of you guys have a great Halloween. Stay safe. And remember, like always, keep drawing. And until next time, bye.